Promised you a burnout, so that's what's gonna happen. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We're back on the Bronco here for a number of reasons. One of them being we're waiting on parts for the Camaro, and I just went and picked up some tires, and the quarters came in for this thing. So gonna start on some sheet metal, switch those tires over, start on some sheet metal, get the quarters pulled off and see what we're working with there. On this side is pretty nice. The other side's got a little more rust repair on the inner wheel well and the inner tub, stuff like that. So we'll start from this side, work our way forward. The floor pan stuff's on back order. And we're gonna get into this roll bar and put a little addition on it so that we can run a seat with a console and a 5-point harness all on the roll bar, pull it in and out. But I gotta get some metal bent up for that so we can actually get some seat. For now, that seat works. We got one bolt in it and a strap. We're gonna do a burnout because I'm about to pull this thing back in the shop and rip it all apart. But before we do that, I'm gonna give you guys a little show here. I promised you a burnout, so that's what's gonna happen. We got the drone here, throw that up in the air, my buddy will be filming, and we'll roast the tires off this thing. First things first, give her a little sip of it all, make sure it spins nice and easy.
I didn't back all the way.
Okay, the Bronco's in the shop here, and I'm about to get started on a little bit of rust repair. Well, I guess it's more like a lot of rust repair. I mean, look at this thing. And I gotta remember not to get lost in the sauce on this thing because like the body's nice, but one day I would like to put one of those brand new shells they're making out of, I think it's Alberta, 15,000 bucks Canadian. And that's the dream goal for this. So I just gotta make it get there for 5 to 10 years, you know, make it look good. So first things first, we're gonna work our way back, forwards, just the two parts I got to work with right now. And this is the worst side, so we'll do the bad side first. So make it seem like maybe we'll time lapse that side. But first things first is I'm gonna drop these tanks out of this thing. This thing had 3 tanks, and this one's totally munched. And these front 2, well, they weren't in much better shape. And I don't want 3 tanks. I just want 1. For the main reason that I like the 1 hole in the quarter as opposed to 3 holes. Look at this. Not a big fan. So anyways, tanks are gonna come out, so sparks are gonna be flying. So we're gonna hack this quarter off, I think. I'm not drilling out any spot welds. I'm a sucker for not drilling out spot welds. Screw that. I'll cut it, snip it as I go, and I'm gonna work from the inside out. This side's got, it's, you know, it's gonna be a simple patch as long as I don't have to redo this dimple, die, or whatever you indent. And then we're also gonna get on the rockers here. I've got new rockers. It's usually pretty easy. The top of the rockers are actually fine. The inner rockers they're savable. A lot of the cab mounts are actually not the worst, not the best. So I've just been fighting with the rubber hose that connects the fuel neck to the tank. It's old, it's dry, they painted over it. I swear this tank's never been out. And I'm not normally one to use power tools, you know, or a saw trying to get a tank off. But I think that's what I'm about to try, and I'm about to try it one-handed. Because I think this is gonna be my quickest and easiest way. Let's see if it works. Mint. Okay, the quarter's off, and I got a little carried away with the cutting, but I saw some stuff I wanted out, so away it went. So this seam here, there's actually a double seam between the inner wheel tub and the outside quarter panel skin. So it was super ugly, and they always are. So I snipped it off there. I'm gonna run a new piece of sheet metal there, and then I'll have something to weld the new quarters to. So these back pockets on this thing are actually in pretty good shape. The front, not so much, but I've ordered a new B-pillar, so that'll take care of all of this. I'll have to get on the spot welds on this, but it kind of gives me an idea what I'm working with. And that door doesn't close so great, so we'll line that up when we get to that side. But so far so good. I'm gonna carry on here and get the rest of this stuff cut out here, lay it out on a big piece of sheet metal and trim what I need. Alrighty, as you can see, I've got the rear quarter on and the 31s on as well. I was really curious if it was gonna clear this wheel lip with the 31s, and as you can see, it just clears it. So I'm gonna bend this inner lip here in so it doesn't rub on the tire, and that's how I'm gonna get away with not having to cut this wheel well. So give you an idea what the other side looks like got plenty of room, and I see why they cut them. Some people like them cut, some people like them uncut. I'm gonna run this one uncut. So I had the dream of bringing up this body line to here, kind of matching the front and rear wheel up together. So in order to do that, you got to bring the back up like 4 inches. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to get to that. I would love to, but this works for now, and it's nice to see it fit. So started on the tub, working my way out. I've got a good start. I've got a few panels that are cut up, just ready to be mounted. But first I got to get into the floor and rocker. So thanks for following along. Stay tuned on how this thing comes along, and I'm bidding on a truck almost as we speak. So we'll see if that follows through.